Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Is it a support name or the new hire name? And who is the manager of that company? Penn Enterprise. The company is Pentum. It's the organization. I've created everything with the first name. Penn, PUM, and PUM. Yes, that one. Yes, that's it. That's it. That one. If you go into staffing, you'll see that the two staff are there. The staff member is there, but it's waiting for approval. This staffing model, what was the staffing model? What is the processing fail options? You select whether it is unable, unavailable to fail, marked and also roles assigned are. The required roles are there or not. If you don't have the required roles, who would be doing the processing? Where do you process the steps and what is the BP is running on? We have a create position as a separate BP as it is associated with create job requisition. If you're creating position through job requisition, then it would be routing as the steps there. And if you are creating a position without job requisition, then it will take the different route. There could be a couple of reasons that need to be checked on screen first, and then I can tell you what could be the possible or what could be the exact reason why it is not processing. You say it is in progress. Yes. Staffing, which one it is? Nothing. Thank you. Maybe I didn't delete all the people. Maybe it's selected. It looks all these people have to prove it. I'm waiting action by all those people. I'm not sure why that's the case. Joseph Smith, is this your employee? Josie, yes, just employee P2 and 18. No definition. Definition is straightforward. Approval goes to manager, then propose compensation higher. Close to partner. Thank you. I have given some other tasks to think, creating something support or what package compensation. And packet details elements allowances. I've asked somebody to create allowances. Higher default definition. It's working fine. Logo nil. Just all 379. Propose compensation. This is your higher event. Yes, yes, that was it. But I didn't know where to approve. It didn't look. It's asking for assignment. You need to assign this back to Logan. It's basically an assigned task. The moment you ask for the now you will have approval section. Now you have your that's it for executions. Now you have approved, send back to approvals, cancellation. Let's approve it. And that's because I assigned Logan as a manager that it was went for the approval. Is that correct? Sometimes I don't understand the algorithm, why it do as an assignment. But sometimes it do. Your event is successfully completed. Again, you have some unassigned tasks. For that, you just click on the reassign, immediately provide Logan's name again. It was not doing it before this March 2023 release. Now you have. Your collect relevant document as per the BP. After that, you'll have your proposed compensation higher. There could be some documents mentioned that you need to process. We don't have any. Let's submit. Let's add the salary pack. What is the effective rate of this hire? Its effective hire of purpose compensation. First of number or what in the top it's written. Now, if you scroll down, it's created data. The creation and effective. This one, sorry, my bad. Anyone remember the name of the compensation package we created? I think it was Jupiter, wasn't it? It was Jupiter or yes, it isn't Jupiter. We are testing the package we are created. We recently created last week or last to last week. It's a salary plan, not a package, basically, but again it would. be working here in the salary section. We required this section to be added. Let's input the salary plan. How much sale do you want him to get? Home 40,000. Will that be fine, Tommy? Yes, but I think this is not my employee. Is it? What employee is this one? This is Robert Dillon, is it not? Which is someone else. And let's say it's your employee. Take 45 would be fine. 450, it's your employees. Do the adjustment. Anything else you want to add? Here we created some allowances. We created those setups components for the testing of adding into new hire. We have a new hire here. What are these allowance names? CF Citizens Jupiter, it's a salary plans allowance, no capping. What is this? No capping. Christmas bonus. Thank you. You can change the currency here, and let's add another plan. Allowance. Did we create car allowance or something as pretty? Sure, it was a car allowance, UB unit based. We want him to have 1 unit of. This plan, let's say it's a data card plan, internet allowance plan, 1 unit every month, and it will be in GBP. Can I ask why you need to assign a plan or the plan instead of just a compensation package? The compensation package C allowances is something that you have to align it. Compensation package you can derive here where it is. It will be working in the same logic as you create job, create profiles, that job family, and job group family. Compensation package help you align the grade and grade profile. My grade is management grade, management level. Let's say it is working on the P1 level and M2 level management level. It will help you identify the grade level. What was our compensation package last time we created this one? CFF chapter, or actually CF. This one CF chapter. Accordingly, we will be having a grade here and that grade. Remember, we had a grade option in the job profile when we creating the job grade profile. Different job profiles we are creating, and then we are allowing the compensation grade. Nobody remember that. This I have created in the last to last batch. We created during this batch. Nobody remembers the page, the option of compensation grade when we create a job profile. What is the function of adding the importance of adding the compensation grade? Basically, in the job profile, we were creating an employee related employee asset to create it field specifically to I, mean not specific to compensation. Still, we are adding a grade there. What is the importance of that? To align the grade, to align the job profile we are creating. See, we have levels in job, profile, and compensation grade. The ask is the business ask is both the fields need to be aligned properly. We have to alert here. What is the alert refers to? Any guess what this alert is referring to? The answer lies in the same screen. One is above pay range maximum. Why is that? We have added a total base pay of 450,000, which is 450,000 USD, but the maximum capping we provided here in this compensation package is 220,000 USD. It is somewhere around 230,000 more than the assigned here. Alert, we can override it. Second is the compensation grade does not match the compensation grade. Eligibility. Eligibility rule return different values than what is being selected in the compensation process. This means here, this is the total risk here. We don't have the grade and composition package eligibility aligned. We might have not added some component during creation of the salary analysis. And we don't have the grade as grade profile, sorry. Once you have the grade profile, that too should meet to us. Grade profile should be of us. Then only we will be in a proper sync of having grade profile and compensation package. Again, it's an alert. We can override this. Alert. These alerts you find on daily basis or weekly basis when you start processing. On the production, and this can be easily overloaded. Thank God we approved the transaction. Couple of seconds before. Fresh, we have moved 3 steps above. Ahead of the existing process of your employee, which is Joseph. Is this a different position? The word. Raised a point there. All might. Just stop me then and there whenever I am processing some other. Just that. Thank you. We have amount here changed automatically based on the number of units we added. Earlier we added one, the last amount assignment amount per thousand at the rate of 2 monthly individual, you will get 2000 per month. Grid is required. A compensation package is required. Is it the one? Usually it asks for profile as but we don't have profile. Let's say it allow us. Yes, successfully completed. See the detail here. Your position was different. Is it same? No, that's not the one. That's strange. That's weird. That's not the one though. But this is your employee. That's the employee. Look, it's under the Pentium. There, a position naming convention, your statement, that doesn't matter. We have textured our plan assignment we created. All looks good based on the configuration we created last time. We have our plan here once you add a combination grade as it will reflect here in the same tabular format. The job profile. Sorry was when it was the wrong one. I just assigned it just to because I had to assign a job profile. That's why you can change it at any point of time. Thanks. The correctable fields will automatically appear here as a part of editable fields. And to check what all things are correctable. In here you can correct the reason. Employee type you can correct. Location you can correct. The job profile you can correct what is the job profile. You won't. Tom. It was Pentum again. It was Pentum CO. I believe that was Dirat. No, it was Chief Executive. But it should be one for this. No, it should be Pentum CEO. Maybe it was just the HR director one that I created. I think I just created one. You find out with pentamolity. I think it just created the win actually. I think it just created the win. We only have one. Everything remains same. You only just need to provide the reason every time when you do the correction. You created a new position. You had new position. Sorry, Logan. Submitted. What we created last time. We have tested it successfully on the events which I provided you, basically asked you to create. Do you have any question, concern on this last chapter we completed? We are yet to create profiles. We can do it, but before starting to create a job profile, do you have any question, concern? Great profile. No question, I believe. Cool. This is the configuration we added, basically component we added in the last creation of the compensation pay range. We need same set of alignment in the composition. Great profile. The only thing in addition we need to add is this configuration. This need to be aligned here along with the country and eligibility rule. Always remember while creating a grade here, which is compensation grade. Eligibility option is basically eligibility field is optional. It's up to you whether you want to align an eligibility rule in the overall compensation grade or not, but the moment you're asked to create or you are about to create a compensation grade, eligibility rule is mandatory. Why? Because you are now assigning a specific country location. Here, the moment you add different currency here, it will be restricted to that country. You select country is equal to India. Base payment, on what basis you are providing this job profile, we want it. Base salary or base payment should be base salary, base pay. Grade name, for example. This is Chief Jupiter. And the grade name is basically an extension of this grade here. Standard or industry-based grade profiles are 4. 4 is the management level, usually for your team leads or managers. Then you can ask a manager, M. Manager slash forward slash senior manager, then which country the manager belongs to. Abbreviation of that country manager level. Basically, accordingly, you will have your currency here. There is no calculation, basically, or validation that if you ask, if you put here a fee which is Philippines or a plan which is Poland and you mark here currency different. There will be no validation, but then it is good to mark the correct currency to the correct country section Create profile for India-based managerial profile. For currencies, not dependent on the country which we have selected. It's a free field. Basically, no validation here. You can write anything. This is a selectable. Think wherever you have these sections, which means either a checkbox will appear or a radio button will appear. Frequency annually. Again, managers are basically someone who have 5 to 6 years of experience or more than. See in a manager. Accordingly, you can provide the minimum range here. For example, we provide 300,000. We are dealing with INR. Let's take 10 lakh as a minimum and segment 4 will be your top maximum range. You provide here 17 lakh for example. Let only 17. It is, I think yes will correct it and instead of calculating these mid points manually, you can click on here automatically. It creates the difference. Automatically here for you 25,000. 11, 70,009. Nice whenever you assign any. Compensation grade. Compensation package to any employee who belongs to India. You will be asked to align a compensation grade as the same option which we witnessed in the Joseph's hiring. We were asked to add a compensation package, grade and grade profile. Since we have not created any grade profile that time, it was left blank. You can add multiple grade profiles under one compensation package. For example, it is for managerial level grade. Wherever you have a business, let's say you have your business in 5 countries and all 5 countries have a managerial row position. You need to add 5 component here compensation grade component for that particular level. This is for take the naming convention from here. The paste. Just change a country, USA, same thing. Everything remains same except the salary. Range and eligibility rule country is equal to. I think this country is equal to. Let's take this and this. I'm not sure which one is correct. This would help. Then currency, the currency USD. Frequency, again annual. Since you are aware of the compensation grade range of the US based, you can provide the same here. These things automatically. These things will be given to you by either compensation admin or reward stream in the organization. For managerial level, you say 65 into 125,000. This is the standard one. They are based on different companies. You can create another 2 to 34 based on your actual requirement and click. Now go back to the Joseph's profile. Tell me what's the name, full name. Smith MIT. Smith. He's in the UK though, maybe in the UK. Location. UK. Oh, in that case, we have to add another. United Kingdom. Let's check whether the system is allowing us to add a grade compensation grade package. Usually should not. Correct. Correct. It's a warning, basically, that correction compensation is a powerful tool. If you make corrections to an employee's event and that employee has a feature compensation, changes system will not automatically reprocess the feature event. You will need to manually correct any feature dated events to carry forward the correction. What is the function of stateful letter? I hope it should show no item by this. How come it's possible we added this? Compensation grade Jupiter, grade 14, active date, and what's the creation? Date of this grade, compensation grade, reflecting here but grade profile. It's the UST here, create profile I. Believe it's the creation date, effective date 16th of 11 and had it is 14th of 11. That was another one more question, if you don't mind. See, when you hire an employee, if the hiring is not for, say, 2 or 3 weeks or 1 month, in the future, where will that person appear? Will he appear in the members or will he still be waiting to be hired? That's why I didn't understand when I was trying to hire an employee. Was the hire date? If I know if I hire an employee today, And if I make an offer today but I don't have until January, the first will that person appear in the members list or in the waiting to be hired members list, as in what? In any of the report. In the members list and report as being a live headcount report, the headcount. They haven't joined until January, but you made an offer. There are a few reports that shows future hire. If you configure it based on the correct data source and add the future hire as a calculated field there or condition rule there are reports which reflects the future hire as they will show that report will show the certain people having, upcoming week state, 2 weeks later date or 3 weeks later date higher. Maybe in the month of June, July, February. You can provide the conditions there. In the supervisory organization section, will the name appear or will it not appear until the hire date? HR administrator can see HR administrator and implementer, and these are the profiles, powerful profiles. They can see the profile and their effective habits. Date in supervisory organization, there is an option that is as of date. If you do the as of date selection to future, then you would be able to see the person who is joining 3 weeks later. If you do as of date today, then that supervisory organization won't show you the record. As of today, let's say as of today, 4 employees are there. It will show you the record of those 4. But the moment you change as of date to 4 weeks later, which is a 1 month approximately to somewhere around 15th of December, 16th of December, somewhere that point of time, the supervisory organization, you will show the another member you joined. Thank you. You have to be mindful of the date. We are changing a change job. Oh, sorry, why I'm doing a change job? Sorry. I was talking to you and initiated a wrong transaction. We should be doing a compensation transaction. We made a change to the grade on the effective of 16th, and we were trying to add that change. 2 days backdated, which is not possible. For that, you have to raise a request. Compensation change transaction. Effective today for Smith. I think the compensation chapter is clear to everyone else. Nobody is asking any question. It's not a difficult one. Salary here. Great, this is what we need to add it. Come on. What's happening? You are not able to edit it. Once you submit, everything looks good, but we are not able to edit it. Are you be able to add a strange no function is working properly? Are we not aligned to compensation? Request one-time payment. Yes, let's try again. We will do it, and now we are able. I think I have the answer. Anyone help me to understand why? This job grid profile is not coming up here. It doesn't have the U key in it. Yes, it's an IKIK employee. No, it's coming up. Why it's not coming up in the rule? Oh, because we have not added in the rule. Segmented compensation, segmented security, we have not added. It should not come basically. It is coming, it's good. All compensation grade profile in the compensation. That's a workaround, but the eligible, the good option to go by the grade profile is to buy compensation gradient rule. It will give you the option of those who are compliant with the eligibility rule provided here in those things. Any which way you can change to any other by going to all compensation grades. This will give you the list of all compensation grade created under this grade profile. Somehow we have added it for the UK, but it should go for based on the what compensation gradient rule, and accordingly it changed the salary as earlier it was 1 lakh to 220. Since we have added the grade profile, a range of 65 to 225. It automatically changes the total base pay ranges, and I believe it will show an alert on this as, and yes, it will show, and it should show an alert. Let's check. Yes, it is showing an alert reason is required, field expected, and is required in mesh diverse CF2D and no capping. That will add. Total base is above. This is what expected. And this is also an expected functionality. It's not compensation grade eligibility. It is because we are adding a UK employees. Editing and a UK employees grade with EUSA grade. EOS a great reason thing, and this we are doing for testing purpose. It looks good. Adjustment, corrective adjustment. One error again we are having one error. Where is it? Expected have ended in the additional detail. We want this data card to data. Card allowance to be active for 1 year till 14th of. He will receive 2,000 per month till 1 year. Thank you. Field expected entity is required and must have a value. We have added what is happening with this page today. Oh, there are two plans. Sorry. We did the submission. Let's get back to the compensation page history. We now have a total base pay range of 250,000. What is this? Base pay is including 220,000 annual and 2,000 here and 2,000 here. Pay change history. You can see we did the change twice. One is during the hire having got compensation higher, and second as a part of request compensation change. This is one change on effective of 15th. This is the testing and of compensation thing. Then next chapter we can cover the is the security groups. Before that, I would to complete these transactions in Workday. First, as it has some previous instances of some previous chapters. And one of the section in the upcoming chapter, which is business process 2. These transactions in order to understand the previous understanding running the business process on different actions, different accounts with respect to creating applicants. Creating applicant means creating from scratch. I think we have completed this creating applicant. Is it completed or not from scratch? We did this because this is sending a process. This one we did. This is basically creating prospect and then job application and then hiring an employee through requisition. Then go. Anything remaining in this transitions in Workday. Any other transition is remaining here. Staffing movement we have done. Termination is something I believe is left to complete. Move worker we have done. Compensation changes. This we have recently done a compensation change. Yes. It's during the hiring and post-hiring. During the hiring, I need to have a proposed compensation hire transaction complete. Again, same thing, need to be populated. You have to have your compensation package ready, allowances ready, your salary package ready. Salary package is ready and everything aligned. You have to input it and just submit it. Request compensation is another standalone transaction, which we have completed recently. What is remaining here? I think termination. Assigning user-based security groups. Assign user-based security group. I don't think system allow you. The testing tenant allow you. That it's not allowed in this testing and there is a task basically that says as I assign. User-based security group where a role will be there. A user-based security will be there. And then you have to assign users into that group. What we can do is view security. Security group for users. No, let's say Logan McNeil. Olin 100. The people are creating and just assigning them. For example, this is one of the security group. Let's say HR administrator here. Administrator. Administrator. HR administrator. It's one group, find it. It's a user-based security having unconstrained and constrained groups are assigned. Whenever you open any security group, you will find one of the error or three of the alerts are always aligned with this, and you need not to worry about these things. System do their own validations and it will show some of the errors. And some of the alerts, especially when you do the tenant setup, this is a task user-based security group. What you need to do is you have to find a security group first. Through the command, which is view security group, under that you can open the any profile. Let's say anyone you want to edit and go for the required group that you have assigned users into it. I'm not sure if it allows to work. Yes, it won't allow us. I'll give you a step-by-step document of it. How it works basically from my production tenant. And if possible, video creation won't pass. Won't be possible because of data confidentiality. I'll create step-by-step document. What happens next and how you create, how you assign security group, and provide you share the security document. Security administrator. Sorry, security configuration document with you guys. No, because we have not. Yes, we have not completed the security one, which is not created. For the document I have shared with you covers the organizational details, compensation creating position. Through requisition and these elements. The next I will be sharing with you is purely focusing on the security group. It will be of 5 to 6 pages covering different aspects of the security groups. Types configurable security, what it is. Functional area, the user-based security group will be covering this as not the processing way, but I'll be giving you this in the document file. Then functional area, securable item and security policies. This also will be covered. Transactions in Workday. Only this was remaining. Unfortunately, the current tenant is not allowing us to perform. Just go through this report tenant setup. It is basically a step-by-step guidance to system how the system is required to perform in any organization. You have your system title here, welcome to Workday kind of thing. When you open the Workday thing, sign on formal note. When you sign in, you have your user ID and everything here, and on the hand side, you have your notice to users and then your company logo will be there. Sign on tenant logo. When you log in, your logo will be appear here on. For example, you are in Mimix, your profile will look this. You are in any of the Pepsi, you are in any of the sports company, editors or anywhere. Your Workday logo will be your Workday logo and your company logo will be there. Sometimes your company logo will be acting as a Workday logo. Sign in tenant image. Some companies prefer to provide an image there, and that image will reflect on your hand side window during the sign-on. Currency. Whenever you create anything, USD will automatically populate as part of currency. How it comes automatically, if you provide here a Great Britain pound, the GBP will reflect. If you provide here the default currency as INR, the INR will reflect in each and every related transactions. For that, you have to change it. Default currency rate, whatever system provides, whatever management provides you. Default country for name and address. When you create a requisition, when you create a position, when you create a hire record, pre-hire record, automatically United States of America is there in the list. When you try to add any address, you will say will be there. Why? Because we have a default name. If you provide here UK, if you provide India, APSC, any country, default name will be changed. Similarly, when you try to enter phone code, again based on the country, the phone code will be there. Time zone configuration default will be Pacific Time, Los Angeles. Tenant default time zone setting. Similarly, name and address display based on the preferred short legal reporting name. Sequence generator notification setup system. This is one of the sequence generator. Do we have access to it? Yes, this is. And you just type here a setup. And you have set up allowance plan adjustment, commission plan adjustment, compensation basis adjustment, compensation adjustment, authenticator app, and there are a lot of command with the setup thing. 24 items are there. You can set up account as part of the security. It's not relevant to you, basically, but this is for security admin, advanced security admin. Stuff not relevant to you, then you have your HC1. This is a system tenant under. For the system tenant, you have tenant setup system. Then you have tenant setup search. This thing how it works. I'll take just 5-10 more minutes and after that end this patch. This thing is important to let. Similarly, we have global, we have security, how the system is required to perform in terms of security, business process and integrations. What? All type of functions it automatically routes to and where you can make the changes. In the integrations, HCM, then recruiting payroll. I think we don't have access to it, or maybe we need to refresh it because we have opened another tab in finance. I think tenant setup is there or not. Tenant setup search is not available for us. Reporting and analytics. It is not available. How the report run history, who can see whether it is enabled to access report run history. Then you have scorecarding. This is for analytics, Prism Analytics. Enable Prism Analytics database view. If your organization is working on the analytics, then it is important to edit your tenant according to the requirement. Then you have your global. This is system related. This is global Workday, how globally worked. Global includes your the zone culture and everything other details. depending for payroll purposes, which all countries are enabled for the worker's dependent place of worth, what all countries can be marked as place of worth frequently used values. You have your currencies here. Any point of time. If you wonder how the currencies are there, it is true currencies are. Here allowed phone validations, allowed self-service payment, election countries, how you can do the election of payments, allowing adding bank account details. A payment election is a technical term from work-based team. Basically, we use bank account details. Then you have your security thing, how the security feature required to perform in the tenant. Enable security. Security email, yes, send to work email, else home email. If work email is not there, otherwise, if work email is not there, then home email, security email will be sharing on. Enable forgotten password reset. Yes, one-time task, one-time use link. Then this is a single sign-on, how the single sign-on works. Currently, it's not assigned to anything. This is authenticator. If authenticator client is enabled, and these are the parameters. Again, this is for IT persons and Workday Security Administrator. Multi-factor authentication setting, how you can do the authenticate. Backup codes are there. One-time passcode SMS email Workday will send or authenticator Workday will do this. Validation on these parameters. Then, similarly, you have your business process and integrations. Set up a business process, then integrations, and then notifications. This is your basically username and login credentials, where you get the login credentials, user for business process. Time, delay background processes, perform to launch or question current environment. It is symbol. Wherever you see in the URL IMPL, it stands for implementation. You have your e-signature configuration in the Workday. It requires for the DocuSign feature. Then you have your integrations. Here how the integration, the basic nature of the functions. You can configure the advanced nature, advanced configuration once you enter into these domains. Similarly, you have your HCM, how your HCM would do notification. Parent notification. To send notifications, learning notifications, you can configure it. Do we have configure option? No, we don't have configure option here, but usually in the production tenant, you have your configure option here. Edit option basically. Oh, we have an edit option here. Great. You can do the system notifications. Time tracking, notifications, work scheduling. And it involves all the data. Almost every aspect you think of, the common aspects, then you have your HCM, the core. These three are core security, system security, and HCM and business process. Is simultaneously important as HCM. Rest can be configured later on. But if these are not configured in the first instance, your workday won't be functional enough. Then these are how they create a beneficiary ID, a definition for new positions. You will be having your P as a position ID. The position ID naming convention will be this. Job code naming convention will be this. Dependent ID naming convention will be this. D-hyphen and this. Whatever is a numeric convention here. Applicant ID, you remember when you create a pre-hire, you always have a A in front of your hire ID. That is based on this structure. Your candidate ID always have a C and D, then hyphen, then 1837. You provide everything as a naming convention, and what they follow these naming convention rigorously in order to create a respective IDs in line. Staffing section yes, service length type. The format of the date would be year, month, day. Position setup option. Multiple jobs management level hierarchy, one you provided in the beginning. Accordingly, it will follow. You can do the maintenance of that later on, but creation of management hierarchy is completed. Once only, you have your job requisition configuration and enable job equation for position management. See if this option is enabled here during the implementation. This cannot be changed later on because it impacts the entire organization. Although we have option to select job equations, enable where it is. Yes for job management in supervisory organizations. But that is something different. You can review remaining or whatever configuration. Mentions here system will take their route accordingly. There can be some changes, which is not critical, that can be done. Post the setup as but this is the core. If somebody asked you what is the core of the configuration, what the configuration, you tell them it is the setup tenant setup. If somebody asks you to do the tenant setup, it means he or she is asking you to the major setup. Major core configuration setup on how the entire processing will work or will in. You can do the maintain dashboard section in order to work on the workloads. These are by default as created. You can create your custom dashboard as we will do this functionality when we have the reporting section. One all, chapter 9. We will create these reports and we will show these reports in the dashboard. As although dashboard is not here, but we will manage any question concerns. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.